Bonjour. So we've levelled all the frets off, and we're going to reprofile them now. The fret, it ain't level at the top. It's supposed to be arced. It's semicircular. So when the string goes over the top of it, it's hitting a very fine point. Some people have pyramid points. I've never tried them out myself. I've got no experience with pyramid point frets, but traditionally they're just semicircular, so when the straight line of the string touches it, it's meeting one very fine point at the top of the fret, which makes it intonate at that precise point. If it's just flat like this is at the minute, as soon as the string touches it, it'll find it hard to intonate because it's intonating over a longer area, and it's just horrible. So yeah, half round frets. What I'll do, I'll use varying grades of sandpaper, and what I've done, I got the various grades of sandpaper sheets, and I put them all together in order of what I'll be using, and then I cut them into strips, and then I stapled them at the top, just to keep them all together. So these are all strips, and I've got loads of these little sandpaper booklets, and these go in the grit. Now they was levelled with 320, and what I'm going to do I'm going to start with 320 as well. So I'm going to rip a bit of this off. This is the first grit on my little booklet. So this is 320, the same stuff. Now the levelling beam went like that, so it's putting scratches in that way. And what we're going to do, we're just going to round over the edges with these. And what you can do, just you get sore fingers doing this. Some people use rubbers to wrap round their abrasive paper, but I like to use my finger, even though it hurts, because you end up doing this with loads of different grits of paper. But this is just taking that edge off that the levelling is made. We're going to do it this way, doing the front edge of the fret. 320, let's have a look at that now. Oh yes. I'm going to turn the neck round and do it the same for the rear edge of the fret. By using your finger, you can get into the little bits. I find using a rubber, sometimes it skips over as you're going down the board. I can try from a different angle, and then let me just look at that under there, under the microwave. Yeah, that's nice. See, that's already rounded them over, so it didn't need hitting with a crowning foil. Sometimes you can take too much off with the crowning foils, and you've got to reprofile the whole fret. But that's looking good, and that's just on the 320. So we're going to start taking them 320 scratches out now by using the next number on the little booklet, some 400. So we're going from 320 to 400. It's only a really small step for man, and it's one giant leap for guitar kind. This is just working on the fine scratches that we've put in by levelling it. I tend to do it when I'm crowning them using this method. I tend to just do it in the one way. Some people do one pass that way and then the next pass will be the other way, just trying to cross hatch the scratches. But whilst I'm using the sandpaper, the abrasive paper, I tend to just do it all straight down the neck. And then I'll show you what I'll do about the fine scratches later on. Change angle a little bit. Now remember, this guitar I brought brand new about 6 months ago, and I knew that there was uneven frets on it when I brought it. Not bad because it ain't bad now. But I knew it didn't need addressing at some point, and I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I thought I'd do it now because I wanted to sort the fretboard out whilst I'm restringing it. So I thought I might as well do the uneven frets now. I use gloves while doing this because I just hate having dirty hands. I'm a bit Howard Hughes like that. So this is 400 sandpaper, abrasive paper, wet and dry, whatever you want to call it. It's rough, but that's not so rough. I use 3M's sanding paper. Luckily I live in a town and we've got a big 3M's plant here that just makes abrasive paper. And availability is quite good. Right, and a bit of a jump up now. We're going from 400 to 500. We're just working on them scratches. So you ain't really taking much off, it's just wiping scratches over really. Turning burrs, that's what we're doing, we're turning microscopic little burrs over. But we're not sharpening it, we're rounding them. Let me just look under the magic carpet. Oh man, yeah. Right, they're already looking good. So, that's the 500. The next grade, bit of 600. As you can see, the masking tape started getting a little bit dirty now. So this is with the 600 paper. I am going to get some fret polishing rubbers that you can get. Crimson Guitars I just started doing, and some more merchant. Well, they ain't just started doing them, but I think they've revised the way that they make them and stuff, and made them bigger now, I think. But they're just like eraser rubbers for a pencil, but they work on metal. They've got an abrasive suspended in the medium, and you can do it with rubbers. So I want to be getting some of them, and I'll give you a review of what they're like. Quite boring, ain't it? What's the weather like where you are? Shit, innit? Right, so that's this 600. Now we're going on to 800. Let's just have another check. Yeah, looking nice. That's the 800. Up to 1,000 now. If any of this masking tape rips while you're doing this, stick a new piece of masking tape on, because your finger is actually going along the fretboard while you're doing this, and you don't want it rubbing into the wood, making everything all shitty, scratching up stuff that you don't want to be scratched. A bit of what's this? 1,200 grade grit. Excuse me. There's still a few fine scratches in. Some people take this quite a lot higher, like I used to do this up to like 2,500 grit, but you know, it's just my working guitar. It's not a recording guitar really, although I've recorded with it. This is like my go-to, my number one. We'll just have a quick check. Yeah, that's great. One sec. Oh, I hate using wire wool, but there's some things it's really good for. This is a 4.0 grade wool. It's really fine. And what we're going to do, we're just going to go over the frets in the opposite way now, just to match anything down. I mean, on the neck's off the guitar at the minute. If this was still on the guitar, I wouldn't perhaps use wire wool. I mean, you have to mask all the pickups up and everything. Les Pauls are a bitch to do with wire wool because they're a set neck. The neck's glued into the body. So you have to mask everything up, because these little foilings and all the debris that comes off, it's magnetic. It's steel wool, ain't it? So your pickups are gonna whack, and you don't want all that shit causing shorts and anomalies in your sound and everything. So yeah, keep it away from your pickups. Either mask off or neck off. Sometimes I use for this micro mesh, which is like a man-made wire wool, like Scotch Brite and shit like that. But the neck's off this strap, so I'm not bothered about getting foilings and that and shit over pickups, so I can use it okay on here. And all it's doing is just polishing, really. Takes a bit of time, but they come up nice. I'm going to stick some metal polish on these as well. I don't know if you can see them. I mean, I've done, is it then 3 now or something, compared to the dullness of the others. But they'll play nice, they'll be so smooth underneath your strings for bends and everything. But that's that bit anyway. You don't have to watch me doing the whole neck, it's going to take me another half hour or so doing that. So next time we'll have a look, baked tater.